The palette for the New York Times building is the courtyard, and it is the true birch of the Hudson Valley, the white paper birch, and they're 50 feet tall. They were picked by H.M.White 4 years ago, root pruned in the nursery and tagged. And they were delivered to the site in November 2006. And the palette is just nothing but hills and dales covered with moss. And the moss is a fern leaf moss from my garden here, and the hair-capped moss. And that was grown in Moss Acres in New Jersey. Aaron Boer and H.M.White and I laid the moss ourselves. We laid the moss, which is chartreuse and dark green, in an abstract pattern, à la Jean Arp. And it is a Jean Arp, the same curves. So the green, the light green, flows down into a darker green at one point and returns again. So the Jean Arp is the palette of and idea of this minimalistic moss garden. There are doors at both ends, the south end and the north end, and Renzo wanted very much the connection between the two, and they showed us what they thought they like, but nobody said anything how it would be made, and so we suggested that we make it out of EP or IP wood, and it cuts very beautifully a floating path through the mountains. We are now moving to the roof on the 52nd or 53rd floor, and the winds of the Hudson River and the East River are considerable. They sort of converge up there, and so we are using the first microclimatic study for an analysis. And what are we planting? And my first run on this roof was echo the Hudson Valley landscape. Take the maples from there, whether they are the same variety or not, but the red-leafed variety, and plant just that. And you wouldn't believe it, 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago, I got a notice from Hank that we are investigating the maples for the roof.